Hello, and welcome to If I Can, You Can. Today we're going to be making some super easy dinner buns. So let's get started. So first we're going to add our warm water and our yeast. We're going to whisk that together. Now I used to be afraid of making buns because of the yeast, but actually it's super easy to use. Just whisk that together nicely. Now we're going to add our oil and our sugar. We're just going to give that a little bit of a mix. And we're going to let that sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Alright, so I've let mine sit for about 10 minutes, and as you can see the yeast is bubbling through the oil a little bit. So next we're going to add 1 egg. A pinch of salt. We're going to give that a light whisk. Now I have my flour, and I divided it. This is about 1 cup, and this is about 3 cups. Now I've mixed white flour and whole wheat flour, and you can do all white flour if you choose. But I find that if you're going to do whole wheat flour, that you do have to mix in some white flour in order for it to rise properly. So we're just going to put this in. I'm going to switch from my whisk here to my wooden spoon. And you always want to have a little bit of an insurance policy. That's why I didn't add all the flour at once, because you don't know if it's going to be too dry or what. Mix that up nicely. Really put some muscle into it. So it looks like I will need a little bit extra flour, so I'm just going to add a little bit at a time here. So that's looking pretty good. So I think we're ready to knead it. So I'm going to dust the counter here. Just throw it right on the counter. Alright, this gets a little bit messy, a little bit sticky. And just knead it. So that's just folding and folding and turning. Just like that. You want to do this for about 3 minutes. You might have to add a little bit more flour as you go. Alright, so that's pretty much kneaded enough. As you can see, I didn't use all my flour. So now we're going to take a couple of baking sheets. And we're just going to break off little balls of the dough. And these do probably not quite double in size, but almost. So depending how big you want your bun to be is how big you'll make your little ball. Just place it on the baking sheet. Don't worry if they're not all the same size, and you want to place them a fair distance away from each other because they do grow. So now I have all my buns rolled out and laid on the baking sheet. So now we're just going to take a tea towel and lay it over them and let them sit for anywhere from half an hour to an hour. I like to let them sit for an hour because they grow a little bit bigger. Alright, so it hasn't quite been an hour, but as you can see they've grown a little more than anticipated. So what we're going to do now is I preheated the oven to 425 and we're going to stick them in for about 8 minutes. Don't mind my dirty oven. Well, there we have it. Fresh baked buns in about an hour. And remember, if I can, you can.